A very good morning, a very good afternoon, and a very good evening to all of you watching us from different parts of the world today. Today we have with us Mr. Suren Surendiran, and he is here to have an exclusive discussion with us. And he is a spokesperson for the Global Tamil Forum. He's visiting Sri Lanka for a few days for a short visit on the presentation of the joint Himalayan Declaration. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you for having us.
So let me just start off with a very basic question. What is the Global Tamil Forum?
Global Tamil Forum represents people who are termed as Tamil diaspora. We have members from various countries where the majority Tamil people live outside Sri Lanka.
Okay, so your visit to Sri Lanka this time, what is the purpose?
So I'm coming back to Sri Lanka after 18 years. I went to Jaffna after 39 years. The purpose of this visit is to engage with the leadership, the religious leadership and the political leadership and the civil society leadership to introduce this new declaration that we have come along with the Buddhist monks who represented from all 4 chapters of the Buddhist clergy.
So let's talk about this declaration, the Joint Himalayan Declaration. What is this all about?
So many issues Sri Lanka has many issues. Sri Lankan people have many issues. Tamil people have many issues. Over many decades, over 75 years of the history of Sri Lanka, most of these issues have remained the same and they have enlarged. We even went for a war fighting each other to resolve one of those problems. Himalayan Declaration covers most of the problems faced by people of Sri Lanka, Tamil people of Sri Lanka, Buddhist people of Sri Lanka, Sinhala people of Sri Lanka, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Catholic people of Sri Lanka. It covers all of those issues in 6 different points as a framework document. We are not saying this document is final. We are going to take this document, the content, to the people of Sri Lanka, in Sri Lanka, through the religious groups, and take their views and their feedback and adjust these points in the declaration and seek resolutions from the people of Sri Lanka.
Mr. Surendiran, you met with President Ranil Wickremesinghe on this declaration. What were his thoughts? What was his opinion? What was his response about this?
President Ranil Wickremesinghe was very encouraging. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said exactly what I said. He said there had been a problem with the Tamil ethnicity people. We fought a war over 30 years trying to fight the LTTE, but did we resolve the problem? We didn't. He said 10 years, more than 10 years have gone past. Have we resolved the problem? No, we haven't. That is the problem with Sri Lanka, he said. We don't resolve problems. We make it worse by the day. Here is an opportunity that this Himalayan declaration that has come up through a joint declaration with the Buddhist monks and the diaspora, and they want to take this declaration and the content to the people, and he welcomed that idea of taking it to the people. He thought it's a novel idea, and he said it's good that we are going to speak to and introduce the declaration to all the party leaders so that there is absolute transparency. We are going to meet all 225 members of parliament on Tuesday to introduce it to them. We are meeting all of the highest level priests of Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Catholic and Muslim religions. As part of that, we have already met 3 of the 4 prelates of Buddhist sect. We met Askiriya Mahanayaka Theruo, and 1 hour later we met Malvatta Mahanayaka Theruo. Now, that hasn't happened in the past. In the 75 years, we have had many leaders representing the Tamil people. Nobody has attempted to see or meet with the Buddhist clergy at that level to explain our problems and seek their help in resolving, because fundamentally Sri Lanka is a religious country. Be it Christians or Catholics or Muslims or Hindus or Buddhists, we are all very, very religious people. The culture is religious culture. The majority of the people in the south are Buddhist Sinhalese. They believe in Buddha. the representation of Buddhism is through the four prelates. If we had reached out to the prelates, maybe the issues could have been resolved a long time ago. Better late than never. We are reaching out to them.
Sir, did you have any opportunity to meet any other party leaders within these past few days?
We haven't reached out to the politicians as yet. We are prioritizing the religious leaders first. As part of that, like I said, we met Asgiriya Mahanayakatero, Malwata Mahanayakatero. We met the Nallur Adinam in Jaffna. We met the Bishop of Jaffna. I just came from a meeting with Cardinal of Colombo. We met the highest prelate of Rama Nikaya chapter this morning. We have asked for appointments from the party leaders. We are having lunch, I believe, with the opposition leader tomorrow. We have requested a meeting with Mahinda Rajapaksa as the leader of SLPP. We have requested a meeting with Maithripala Sirisena as a former president and leader of SLFP. We are meeting Anura Kumara Dissanayaka, representing NPP, on Tuesday afternoon. We are meeting Mr. Sambandhan on tomorrow afternoon. So we have got a very tight schedule to meet a lot of people.
I understand that, sir. As you were mentioning, you have also met a few of the religious leaders as well. What is their reaction to this?
They themselves were very surprised that nobody has taken the initiative to reach out to the religious groups and through the religion to reach out to the people to resolve these issues that Sri Lanka faces. They all counsel us that keep the politicians away from this process, inform them, but reach out to the people directly. They said they bless us. They think it's a novel idea. I was very pleasantly surprised that Malwata Mahanayakatero recited the Pirit himself. He didn't ask somebody else to recite it. He recited it himself. And he said, if you can have, Asgiriya Mahanayakatero said, if you can have brotherhood, equality and peace in this country is when a durable peace can be built in Sri Lanka. Equally, Malwata Mahanayakatero said, there are minority of the Buddhist clergy who are vociferous and who preach racism and nationalism. There is a majority which is peaceful, and that majority should speak up and they should be loud so that you can defeat the minority who are preaching hatred. And then he recited Pirit and blessed us. So equally, Cardinal was very generous. He said he gives us full support and he's going to get the Bishop Conference to support this. The Rama Nikaya Mahanayakatero said it's a very important step and he blesses us. The Muslim Council said they are absolutely surprised and very pleasantly surprised that this is taking place and they give full support. The Nallai Adinam, the Hindu highest priest, also said his support is there and he blessed the initiative.
So now, how will this declaration, how will this prevent any recurrent historical missteps from happening again?
This declaration on its own is not going to stop any of those missteps again.
Okay, but is there anything that will be a form of guideline?
So the declaration
how will this help the future?
So the declaration defines issues and broadly some guidance on matters. For example, like you say, it says we should learn from the past and address the past by addressing accountability, and we should make sure that our governance structure and our laws are revised and revised so that non-recurrence of the previous experiences doesn't occur again. So that's broadly what it says.
So are you hopeful for this? Do you have a positive feeling that this will work out?
I was pleasantly surprised by the clergy's reaction, be it the Buddhist clergy or the Christian clergy or the Hindu clergy or the Muslim Council, General Council. I was pleasantly surprised that they were almost looking forward to somebody bringing this up. and they want to give their full support. I hope the politicians will do the same, and most importantly, I hope the Sri Lankan people will give this a hand and be responsible and take this forward so that we give Sri Lanka a prosperous, peaceful Sri Lanka with problems resolved for the next generation.
Thank you, sir. And I want to thank you on behalf of ITN and Vasantham TV for speaking to us today. I know you're on a very tight schedule, so thank you for taking the time to speak to us today.
Thank you very much for giving us the time.
Well, I was in conversation with Mr. Suren Surendiran, the spokesperson for the Global Tamil Forum. And that brings us to the end of an interesting and an exclusive discussion. Join us again next time. Until then, stay safe.